Okay, so welcome guys. As I've said earlier, um, so we've been able to cover the basics of Python, ranging from functions to sets, tuples, dictionaries, uh, lists, the data types, control flow, if, and all that, and we ended that up with a project, a mini project explaining how ATM works using Python. All right. And I sent that out last week. I just wanted to have a live session so that instead of us having to send, instead of me having to send the video, let me just have a live session. Start this part, right? So now I told us if you are venturing into data, into web development, then after the basics which we've learned, the next thing is to now build learning libraries for web and all. But since our focus is on data science, right? So the next thing will be to learn libraries of Python required for data science, all right? And these libraries include, this is all we'll be doing today. So you can see overview of Python libraries for data scientists, all right? So um, we'll also be looking at how you can now read data, selecting, filtering data, data manipulation, sorting, grouping, rearranging, plotting the data, descriptive statistics, inferential, and all. So for Python libraries for data science, these are the major ones, the four major ones, as you can see, uh, NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, and Scikit-learn. These are the four major ones. So we won't be talking about SciPy in this class, but we'll be talking about NumPy, Pandas, and Scikit-learn. So we are making mentions of those three, right? And for visualization as well, we'll be looking at Matplotlib and Seaborn. So we'll talk a bit about those two visualization libraries. So now, Python libraries for data science. What is NumPy? NumPy introduces objects for multidimensional arrays and matrices, as well as functions that allow to easily perform advanced mathematical and statistical operations on, sorry. So, and statistical operations, right? So what is the function of NumPy? NumPy is used to perform, for example, in the basics, if you want to the basic we've done, you can use, you can add additions, subtractions, and everything. But if you need to do higher mathematical calculations, then you need to import a module called math, right? But for data science, instead of that module, you need a library like NumPy. So a library like NumPy allows you to do algebra, you want to do algebra, you want to do matrices, you want to do some additions, you want to do ranges and all that. So we see some of them. So these are some of the things you can do uh, NumPy, right? So it just helps you even in your process of data uh, science and data cleaning with Python, because sometimes you might need to clean data and you might need to call some mathematical functions, which is not available in Pandas. All right, so you need to use NumPy because Pandas is like is the basic tool for data cleaning and data manipulation in Python. Let me just say for EDA. So EDA means exploratory data analysis. So which is one of the key processes in data science or in machine learning generally. All right, so EDA is what for to carry out EDA, Python, Pandas is what is used. All right, so when we are saying data science and machine learning, don't get confused. In data science, right, we have basically three fields. we have the machine learning part, we have the AI parts, artificial intelligence parts, right? And we have like the robotics. So these are basically the three parts in data science. So in data science, you can become a machine learning engineer, you can become an AI engineer, so artificial intelligence engineer. You can even become a robotics engineer. So you are building robots. You are building robots, right? So these are the three major fields. So, but for our session, of course, we are going to be talking about machine learning. That's what we're covering. So for robotics and the other AI, right? Those are advanced sessions. But to start with, all you need for now at least become a very, very good with machine learning, right? And under machine learning, I hope you are following me, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So under machine learning, we have three parts. All right, we have. But before I get there, let me just explain the SciPy. You can see SciPy, collection of algorithm, linear algebra, differential equation, numerical integration, optimization, statistics, and more. Part of SciPy stack, built on NumPy. So when they say built on NumPy, NumPy is the base of SciPy. So not meaning, SciPy is just like an advanced NumPy. So majorly things that you can use NumPy for, you can also use SciPy for it. All right. So it's just the advanced version. So you can do differential equation, just like what you Faraday, just like what you experience with MATLAB or something. Right?
Yes.
Those are some of the things you do with SciPy.
Okay.
So you can build 3D structures with SciPy and all that. But of course, you can also do some with NumPy and some of the Matplotlib and right. These are libraries. So pandas as well, which I've told us, has data structure and tools designed to work with table-like data, similar to series and data frames in R. So we are familiar with the word of R. So pandas is like a major library that really brings that similarity between Python for data science and R. You can see it provides tools for data manipulation. So all your slicing, filtering, aggregation, sorting, merging, you do that with the help of a library called pandas. All right. So always also used it allows handling of missing data. So maybe in your Excel you have to do find and replace. In your SQL you can also use replace function. In SQL you have in Power BI. In Power BI you have the Power BI Power Query where you can do most of this manipulation, right? So what we use in this case is pandas. Then scikit-learn, which is the baba of them all. So scikit-learn is the library used for machine learning algorithms. So in machine learning, you have a lot of them. So let me just quickly explain machine learning now. So machine learning is divided into three parts. All right. So we have what is called supervised learning. I hope you have taken jottings, right? Because those ones are not here. So we have machine learning. I said machine learning is into three parts. So the first is supervised learning. What is supervised learning? Supervised learning is from the word supervised. When you have a table, for example, if you have a table, a table that has a column and rows, you can see those rows, you can see the columns. You can know, okay, if you train that data, right? okay, this table has 14 columns, this table has 15 columns, this table has 5 rows. So that's so when your data or when your machine, right, which is like algorithm or your model, when your model is learning from a data that has specific rows and columns. So that type of machine learning is called what we call supervised learning. Should I repeat myself? You're not saying anything.
I'm getting it. Continue.
Well, please let me take water, please. So machine learning is into 3 parts. First, supervised learning. Second, unsupervised learning. Third, reinforcement learning. Supervised. Supervised. And reinforcement learning. So supervised learning, as I said, when your machine learning structure, we call that supervised learning. So when machine is learning from its structured data, you call that supervised learning, right? So that is from a data that has rows. So the opposite, of course, is unsupervised learning, right? When imagine learning from an unstructured or structured data, that is from data that does not have a specific pattern. Are you with me, guys?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That does not have a specific pattern. Why reinforcement learning is when your is from unstructured data carrying out a different. So I'll give us examples. I can see it. So example of a supervised learning is when you have a bank data, right? A banking all wants to predict, okay, I want to give out loans to my customers, but I don't want to give out loans to any other customers. Sorry. But I don't want to give out loans to any other customers. I want to give out loans. Nobody wants to go broke, right? Nobody wants to run a business at loss. So I want to give out loans to customers that I know that they will pay. Or anytime, whenever a customer registers, I can instantly know that, no, I can't give out loans. It has happened to people before, right? You've seen where GT Bank, Access Bank says you can borrow loan. And instantly, what happens? When you are registering, they tell you you are not eligible to take a loan. Or some loan companies, you just enter your details, enter your salary and everything, and the system will say, okay, you are not eligible. How? This is a structured, supervised learning, because the machine is learning from. So what happens in that case is, are you following me, Sha?
Yes.
Only that. Others.
I'm following, sir.
Okay. What happens in that case is a machine learning engineer or a data scientist, right? So don't confuse yourself. A data scientist is the general name for any individual that is versed in machine learning, be it AI, be it robotics. So they are all data scientists, right? So a data scientist comes as picked. Maybe, you know, the company will have had a lot of people that that wanted to apply for loan now, right? So sorry, that has applied for loan in the past. Maybe a lot of people, maybe they now, so they will now, the data scientists will collect that data, all right, and train that data. So we will train that data and say, okay, with this pattern, oh, this person A, this is his salary, this is his name, this is his workplace, this is his age, he did not pay. So this is person B, this is salary, this is his name, this is age and everything, he paid. So we train that machine with that data, and then subsequently, when someone, you know, when someone is now coming in, the machine will prompt that person to enter such a similar data, right? So when you enter that, your similar information, what happens is, so what happens in that case is, sorry. So what happens in that case is, when you are entering that data, the machine will now pick, wow. So you will say, no, this person will pay, no, this person will not pay, right? Based on historical data. So that is supervised learning, basically. So you are training a set of data that has rows and columns, and you are putting in a fresh data, and that from that fresh data, there is predictions and all, right? So there's prediction as well, and from there, from those predictions, then you can make your decision. So this will help companies, right, to decide, oh, this person we can't give. So, and then for predictive too. So that is for, you want to decide if someone cannot is not eligible for loan. So in some cases as well, you might want to predict, okay, future sales. So you've made sales for 5 years, for the past 5 years, and you want to see, okay, where am I going to be in the next 5 years? So that is also supervised learning. With the data you have before now, you predict, oh, in the next 5 years, because from that data, the data, your machine will follow the trend, will study the trend. Okay, this year 1 to year 2, what was the profit? Year 2 to year 3, what was the profit? Year 3 to year 4. So the machine will train from that, and then you just have the prediction for the next year, and businesses can now make decisions from that. Now, I hope that is clear enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for unsupervised learning, we are learning from unstructured data. So when I say unstructured data, for example, the data that comes from Facebook, you notice that on Facebook, sometimes you see someone, you are just a normal user. If you are someone that is always checking football, you see that most times you just see a pop-up, Chelsea and Arsenal is playing, and you didn't apply, right? You didn't. It's not that you said, okay, you wanted to see such pop-up, right? And even you will notice on Jumia, when you order for stuffs, when you order for, let's say you're not ordering for shoes, most times you just see that next time you just say this, there's shirts, you can order for shirts. Right? This is like an unsupervised learning, right? Because the machine is not learning from a structured data, it's learning just from pattern, right? Just from patterns. Okay, this person picked shoe. You will basically need what? A shirt. So these are one of the algorithms we use in that case is KNN, K nearest neighbor, right? So to see, okay, for just like you remember in economics in secondary school, you have substitute goods. If the price of garri is going up, if the price of bread is going up, what happens to the price of butter? It will also go up, right? Because they are what? Substitute goods. Are we following, guys?
Yes.
So the price of sorry, give me some minutes. So the price of the other substitute goods will also go up because that's how the algorithm works, right? So that's unsupervised learning. We have a lot of them. We have KNN. We also have PCM also. Yeah. So then for the reinforcement learning, so for reinforcement learning is learning from unstructured data and carrying out different tasks entirely. I'm just giving it in the most simplified form, right? So let me give us an example. For example, you remember in companies now, someone is sleeping there, someone is snoring or what? So for example, remember, you know, in some big companies now, maybe like let's say PZ, like 7up, big companies, you know, all their trucks, all the drinks that they bring in. I hope you know it's not human being that move them, right? You have some machines that will just pick them from where they are and go and arrange them. Am I right?
Yeah.
Are you sure, guys, you are following? Or I should just go straight to coding?
No, I'm following, sir. I'm following.
Okay. So,
I'm following, sir.
okay, so if you notice those big companies, right? You notice that it's the machine that will carry it from wherever it is. Sorry, give me some minutes. So guys, so you notice the machine will who taught the machine to move from the entrance and then go straight to where it is. So this is reinforcement learning, and this is part of robotics. So if you are interested in robotics, reinforcement learning is all you need to learn. So it's learning from pattern. So it's goes maybe the ones that based on pattern, maybe it's a zigzag or something like a curve. Over time, it will learn from that pattern. Then it's a lot of work, yeah. So that's the reporting, but that's reinforcement. So most of what we are going to be talking about here is supervised learning, right? So and the tool that we are going to be using is what I the time, which is this scikit-learn. So scikit-learn is going to be helping us to carry out that. So, and two basic algorithms that we'll be carrying out with scikit-learn will be classification and regression. So what do you mean by classification? So classification is, for example, the example I gave us about loan. So it's like a binary. So in classification, it's a binary. Let me go back to, we'll come back here. So we have for scikit-learn, basically what we'll be talking about the classifications, which is more or less like binary. So binary, when I say binary, we are talking about a yes or no answer, or a 0 or 1. Or a 0 or 1. So that's classification. So when we are classifying customers that are supposed to pay loan, so if I want to say, okay, I want to know who will pay my loan or not, that is a binary class, a classification problem. So we are solving two types of circuit Using scikit-learn, we are solving two types of problem. Scikit-learn. So classification problem. Under classification problem, a problem we are solving that involves a yes or no. So I need to know who will pay my loan or not. Is a yes or no. Is either someone pay or does not pay. I want to know if in medicine as well. I want to know if this person has tendency of having heart attack or diabetes. Is either he has or what does not. But for example, I want to predict house prices in Lekki or on the island. That is the other type of problem which we call regression. Right? So meaning you are predicting values. So e.g. house prediction.